Hello again, deformed Toyota car fans. So we have the second generation MR2 here by ChoroQ. It's a regurgitation called the Qs line. They've put this out before in the 0 line, but they're taking all the same castings and putting a different chassis on. So now this is Qs number 13A. A means the letter red. Well, the red is the letter. And I guess that's the artist that drew that. It's a really big box. I don't know. Seems kind of, the thing's so small, but maybe it comes with something. Yeah, I think that's another way for them to sell the same casting, is they throw in what seems to be a clear stand for no reason. Why would you have a flying car? That's weird. Anyways, you got this little road, I guess that's kind of cool. But like, you can't really display this toy like this, right? It's weird, right? So I feel like the box is just a waste of paper and my money and my money. Alright, well anyways, you can obviously take it out. Alright. I'm not even sure why you would need this either, because wouldn't the car be trapped by that? Seems, again, wasteful and strange. So this is really odd. Yeah, they literally have, this is a new bottom now. This is the first one I've seen with an actual peg hole. So you can have a car flying. I guess if it's crashed and going off the edge of a cliff or something, that would be the reason for this. I will actually use this stand, but probably I'm going to put a Gundam on top of it, like a small Gashapon Gundam. Yeah, but for this car, no, I'm never going to do this. Anyways, this car's kind of old now, so here's some old looking photos of it. Didn't know what wheels this came with. It's not these wheels for sure. It's not these wheels either. I think it's the third wheels here. Yeah. So this is in the UK, it looks like. Alright, so it's really hard to see the taillights red on red, but... Okay, moving along. Let me try to pose those wheels in a normal fashion. I can't. I hit it again. So it's nice that the wheels are specific to an MR2. So that's pretty cool. It's just that they're lame. And the fact that, you know, they're not passing air, kind of weak, you know. I guess you can add black paint there pretty easily. Alright. Moving on. Yeah, tires. The front tires are fine, but the rears are so slab-sided, and that's a problem with all the modern ChoroQs. I don't know why they went from realistic tires to these weird ones. All the old ChoroQs have nicer tires. The little vent here is nice, but there's no black paint in there. There is black paint in this ridge, which is nice, and there's a little orange for that turn signal, so that's super cool. Going to the front, we have some silver fog lights, black in the grill intake area, just a plain license plate, and then the nicely done Toyota badge, my fingerprints. I thought for a moment this is metallic, but I don't think it is. It's very shiny. Look at the the crisp edge of my LED up there. We have a little ridging in front of the windshield, but no indication of wiper blades. And then a little black paint around the molding. And you could see maybe the spring motor if you have a flashlight at least. Oh, there's no spring motor. That's, yeah, because it's a Q, so not a standard 0. A 0 would have a pullback motor. Alright, didn't notice these little vents before. That's kind of cool. And the door handle's nicely molded. Rear wing. Some vents over the engine. Sticker telling you where it is in the lineup. Pretty lame exhaust tips. They're just blanked off. Even a molding line going right through the middle of it. So that's unfortunate. They did paint the taillights. It's just, you know, the red one's impossible to see. Even the orange is barely different from either of the reds. Yeah, I do think it is orange. It's just they could have used a different shade of orange, I think. I feel like even this one's more visible than the rears. Strange choices. It's cool that it's got 2 exhausts. So the production dial there tells you when it was made. It does tell you what the car is. It's in the lineup of Qs. I'm not sure why it says hobby car. That's weird. And then a screw in the front and a tab in the back. So now you can pose the wheels in all sorts of weird ways. because you can clear. Well, the rear one doesn't want to go horizontal. So in the front, at least, is a flying car. But you can basically have it leaning or whatnot, you know, leaning through a turn or whatever. Crazy camber, JDM style there, right? Have it all squashed out. You can steer the front wheels a little bit as well. Not much though. It's kind of strange. Why would they have plastic here? They should just chop it more so the tires can steer more. They can steer back a good amount, but why would they limit that? Again, very strange decisions by Tomy in general, and a lot of things that they make. Alright, so it's nice that you can steer the fronts. You can even steer the rears, which is weird, but it is a cartoon car, so you can get crazy poses. I do feel, though, these tires and wheels are so inset from the body, right? Look at that. It's so strange to me. It doesn't look right. It just... I know what they're trying to do. They're trying to clear the stock body so you can do that. But it makes the thing look really bad, just in a normal stance. So, yeah, that's not good. That is not good at all. I almost feel like they should just reissue the Zeros without these silly gimmicks, or go through the pain of molding a new body so it can clear these tires. It's so inset, right? Look at this. It's just so weird to have tires that inside of a body, that far in. We check the fronts in normal vertical position. Yeah, that's right. The front isn't as bad as the rear, but yeah, very odd. So here's a normal Zero of the... No, I'm sorry, it's not even a Zero. It's a Jay's Tipo collection. So this is an old one from when? 2002. So the first gen, I don't know. It did come with these wheels, actually. They're just, I don't think these are stock. These are not the standard wheels that a first gen came with. Still, it's pretty nice. T-top, they printed on wiper blades, better than what's going on here. So this really old one seems better. This is, I think, a different brand. Yeah, it's called a Wanda Coffee Freebie, and I must have taken, I think I 3D printed these wheels. So something free has all this tampo printing, all this different paint. Look, a little branding there. Yeah, even that little vent there. Texture. This is a freebie, and it's probably better done than that ChoroQ. Alright, here's a Celica with my own 3D printed wheels. Some sort of special model. It doesn't have a date though. And then there's a Supra from 2005. It's from the Mechadoc collection, which is some sort of cartoon show, I guess. Celica XX. It's got this little gimmick of the pop-up headlights. And I 3D printed my own period correct wheels for that. Oh boy. I'm not sure if I want to collect ChoroQs anymore. They're just getting lamer and lamer, yet they cost a lot. They cost more than like realistic looking premium 1/64 scale cars. But they're not, the money isn't there. I mean, I like deformed vehicles. My channel is primarily deformed vehicles. But this is not a good value whatsoever. So keep that in mind. If you want to collect ChoroQs, I think you might be better off just collecting the older ones. This is such a weird thing, you know, making me buy a weird stand, making me buy a weird giant packaging, and then it just looks weird, right? With the tires inset. Let's let those tires spin around in a normal position here, and you tell me, does that look normal? No, look at the gappiness, and just so narrow. Yeah, it's not good. It's not good. Yeah. Alright, well, pretty negative product today, unfortunately. But the body does look nice. I suppose I could just, you know, clip these things off and extend the wheels and forget the whole goofy posing thing. Yeah, possible. Maybe I'll just make my own chassis for this later, or just stick it on a different cheaper ChoroQ. Thanks for watching today. We'll see you the next time.